Hey guys, welcome to a new video for the MicroGrinder Poker School YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to talk about 6 steps for turning your poker desires into reality. So if you don't know what they are, if you're interested in finding out, stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Alton Hardin. I'm the founder of MicroGrinder Poker School, and at our YouTube channel, we're all about turning beginning and struggling poker players into solid winning poker players through solid poker fundamentals. So if you guys are new to our YouTube channel, consider hitting the subscribe button down there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into today's video. So today's video is going to be a bit unique. We're going to talk about 6 steps for turning your desires into reality, and specifically your poker desires into poker reality. And really what we're talking about, what we're going to talk about today can really be related to any topic, any concept, anything that you're interested in being successful in, anything in life. So, but because this channel focuses on poker, well, we're going to talk about poker. Now, in terms of what we're going to talk about, the 6 steps we're going to talk about relates to this book right here. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So originally published in 1960, and Napoleon Hill wrote this book after talking to Andrew Carnegie from Carnegie Steel Corporation from the early 1900s, one of the wealthiest men in the United States. He shared his secret of success to Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill took that, he talked to some of the most successful people of their time and developed this book. And within this book, one of the most, what people are saying, and from what I've read so far, there's 6 steps that he outlined to develop a daily mantra and develop a plan of action to reach your successes that you desire in life. And we're going to talk about that. But in addition to Andrew Carnegie, if you don't know who he is, let's kind of mention a couple of other people in this book. So Henry Ford, John Rockefeller, Thomas Edison, Woodrow Wilson, just to name a few of the people in here, Charles Schwab. These are some of the highly successful people that he interviewed and that he learned about when he developed this book. And so these 6 steps, they're going to be 6 steps to help you attain what you want in life, whether it be poker success, success in your personal relationships, success in health and fitness, whatever it is. We're going to talk about these 6 steps, and I think that you're going to benefit from them. And so relating that to today and relating it to poker and also relating it to basketball. So Daniel Negreanu, if you watch his daily vlogs, he has some daily mantras and some daily rituals that he goes through. And it's funny because some people say, I don't want to hear about this new age crap, and I don't want to hear about any of that. I just want to hear about poker. But what's funny is that some of these mantras that Daniel talks about, they go back to the 19th century, and people like Charles Schwab and Henry Ford and all these people, Woodrow Wilson, and Andrew Carnegie and all these people I'm talking about, that they did these similar type of things. So it's not quote unquote new age. And then for those of you that are basketball fans, with the Ball brothers and LeVar Ball saying that he spoke it into existence, making his son a top pick and going to the Lakers. Well, again, it goes back to daily mantras and beliefs. And that's really what I'm going to talk about today. Is we're going to talk about going through these 6 steps and developing a daily mantra to help you speak into existence what you want to achieve. And it's not just speaking into existence, but it's setting a plan of action into place and really sticking to it and holding yourself accountable. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because I've been writing my latest book. Those of you that have watched this channel understand and know that I'm up to close to 50,000 words and maybe halfway completed the book. And it's a daunting task, and at times it can be a burden. It can be difficult because I'm not a natural writer, a bit of a slow writer. And so I'm reading this book. I'm actually reading it while I have an audio version and going through it, and making sure that I'm actively going through this and doing these plan of actions and everything to help me stay focused, to help me stay on this path towards success for my poker business and getting this book out to you guys. And so I want to share this with you because I think for you guys as aspiring poker players, successful poker players, that I think you can get some benefit from this. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's easy, but it's highly powerful. So let's go ahead, let's jump over to my computer screen, and I want to share with you guys some of this stuff. All right, so we're taking a look at my computer screen, and I want to share with you this book that I'm talking about, Think and Grow Rich. This book, like I said, was published in 1960, and it's still today, in 2017, close to 60 years later, it's currently one of the number 18 most read books on Amazon.com. That tells you a lot. And in terms of the formats and editions, there's 513 formats and editions of this book. The edition that I have, that I showed you on the screen, that's the original edition. I'm going to share with you the free audiobook edition on YouTube as well. I'm going to put a link in the video. There's multiple different editions. People have edited it. They've updated it. And it just shows you how popular and timeless this book is. So in terms of the book itself, Napoleon Hill teaches the methods to build step by step, not only wealth, but also how to achieve any other worthwhile goals as well. So that's really what this book is about. It's about achieving success in life. And so if you want to achieve success in poker, I recommend you read this book or listen to the free audio version edition on YouTube. Now, in terms of the most popular, currently most read nonfiction books, you take a look at all these books here and from all these current authors, and then we look down here, number 18, just below Elon Musk's books. We still have Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, number 18, close to 60 years later. So anyways, enough of that. What in the world am I talking about with this book? What are his 6 steps? Well, his 6 steps, before we get to that, Andrew Carnegie. So for those of you that want to read a little more about this, these 6 steps, the secret to success that Napoleon Hill found, they originated with Andrew Carnegie. He was one of the most successful and one of the richest businessmen in the United States in the early 1900s. So he was a self-made steel tycoon, a rags to riches story. He owned the Carnegie Steel Corporation, and he also established those of you on the East Coast, the Carnegie Mellon University in 1904, and he became a huge philanthropist later in life. And so this is a bit of a story on biography.com. I'm not going to go through it, but if you just type in his name, you can just go to Yahoo and you can read into any of these. And it just shows that when we're talking about a book like this, it holds a lot of merit because it's founded and based upon some of the most successful people in the 19th century in the United States. We're talking about huge, highly successful businesses and business tycoons and so forth. So Andrew Carnegie, definitely recommend you read up a little bit about him. Now these 6 steps, these are the 6 steps, and let me actually try to zoom in a little bit on here. So let's make this. So in his book, early on in his book, Napoleon talks about 6 specific steps to turning your desires into reality. And so it's very simple. It's a bit of a plan of action put in place, and you actually follow through on a daily basis. So step 1, fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. And it's not okay just to say, I want to make a lot of money. You need to actually set a specific amount in your head. So for example, I want to make $1,000 playing poker per month, playing the micro stakes. That's a specific amount. Now, in terms of the amount, I recommend you make it realistic, make it a bit of a stretch goal. Saying that you want to make $2 million a year playing poker, if you're new to poker, probably isn't realistic, but maybe 1,000 or maybe 5,000 is. So make it stretch goals, but make it realistic. Step 2, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money that you desire. There's no such thing in life as something for nothing. So you're going to have to make sacrifices. And so you need to determine what kind of sacrifices you're going to make in your life to help you attain this financial goal. And think about what you're going to do. Think about the amount of time you're going to dedicate. Think about what else you're going to give up. And think about how whatever it is you're trying to achieve, specifically poker, how you're going to do it. Step 3, establish a definite date when you intend to possess this money that you desire. So when you want to reach this goal, again, make it realistic. For example, let's say that I'm new to poker and I want to make $1,000 per month. Saying that I'm going to do it in 2 weeks or saying that I'm going to do it in a month is not realistic. But maybe saying that I'm going to do it in 6 months or I'm going to do it in a year or 18 months, that's realistic. So make it a realistic date. Don't make it too far out, but don't make it too soon. Step 4, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once whether you are ready or not to put this plan into action. So pretty much start now, start today, put a plan of action in place. To give you an example, for my business and writing my book, I put together what's considered a work breakdown schedule. So I list all the different activities that I need to complete to write this book, and I have deadlines for each specific one. And so for poker, you're going to want to do something similar. And in fact, I'm going to share with you guys an example of me actually going through this and filling it out and relating it to poker. Step 5, we now take all this information together and we write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money that we intend to acquire, name the time limit for its acquisition, so by what date do we need to reach this goal, and state exactly what we're going to do, what we're going to give up and do in return to reach this goal, and state exactly what our plan is for doing it. So this is our huge plan of action with all the details for us reaching this goal. And then here's the most important part. Read your written statement aloud at least twice a day. So once in the morning and once at night, and maybe even more times. And this is really where it comes to in terms of turning your desires into reality, is because you're self-motivating yourself and you're speaking it into existence. And this is a way to help keep you on track, help keep you focused, and help keep you motivated, and to really force yourself to follow and stick to this guideline, because you're reiterating it on it every single day, multiple times a day. You're reiterating all these points and what you're going to do and that you want to reach these goals. And I think it's important that you have to be passionate about the game. You really need to really want to be successful in the game of poker or whatever it is. To really follow through with this, because if you're not, then you're not going to stick with it. So for example, I'm just getting back into working out and going to the gym. I just signed up, my wife and I just signed up at a gym not too far to us. And I realized that now that I'm 41, that my body doesn't heal like it did in my early 20s. And so I can't exercise like I used to. I don't heal as quickly as I used to, and I get injured a lot easier. So I'm going to be dedicating a certain amount of days to going to the gym. I've already determined that I'm going to dedicate a certain amount of time to personal training. And tonight's actually my first training session, my first initial assessment, to talk through what a trainer thinks I need to do, how many days I need to work out, nutrition, and personal training. And so once I get that ironed out, I'm going to do one of these for exercising and dieting as well, to make sure that I stick with it and that I go with it, because now that I'm 41, I think it's more important than ever to stay healthy as I get older and older. And I want to really be focused on that. I want to make it a part of my life, because it's been a difficult thing with work full time and doing my poker business as well, to dedicate myself to health and fitness. And so that's kind of a good example, right? This doesn't only have to relate to money. You can relate it to whatever you want. Maybe your relationship with your wife, maybe your education, whatever it is, or maybe making a positive change in your life as well. So another example, my wife and I are looking to be more active in the community. So we're looking at churches in the community. We are volunteering at the local pet shelter. And so you can do mantras for that as well. And that's really what this is. This is a daily mantra for you. And I have a whiteboard over in my office that you can't see because I'm not showing it, but I have my business mantra for this. I'm also going to do one for poker. I'm going to do one for health and fitness. I'm going to do one for our community as well. So I plan on doing multiple mantras to help me stay focused. Okay, so enough of that. The book itself. So There's a free audio version. It's close to 11 hours. This is an updated version, but it's wonderful. Whoever is the audiobook narrator does an amazing job. So I'm going to link this down below in the description. So if you want to listen to this book, definitely here's the link. It's for free. I recommend actually getting the paperback edition. I mean, look how cheap they are. But you want to make sure you get the proper edition. So there's multiple different editions. So just don't get any single one. Make sure that you find one that suits you. And that's an actual real edition of the book, because a lot of people a lot of different publishers have created different editions, and some of them are concise, consolidated editions, and you really don't want that. But anyways, let's jump to this actual exercise of doing this, and let's go through this. So I went ahead and I took this information that was on here, and I'll link this as well, or one of these sites, or you can just simply type in to Google 6 steps to turning desire into reality, Napoleon Hill, and there's multiple different websites that have this list. So step 1, fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. So I put an example for people that are poker players, online micro stakes poker players. Maybe you're playing 30 NL, maybe you're playing 50 NL. Say, I desire to earn $1,000 per month from playing 6 max no limit poker. That's my desire. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to achieve. Determine exactly what you intend to give to return. So I will dedicate 4 hours per day, Monday through Friday, to attain this goal. So that's 20 hours per week. So you're going to dedicate 20 hours of your time to poker versus 20 hours that you might be doing something else. Step 3, define a planned date where we intend to have this money. So what's our deadline date? And I just put December 31st because it is July 11th. So that's roughly 5 months to attain this goal. Or is it 6 months? Close to 6 months to attain this goal. So I think if you're beginning a struggling poker player, I think 6 months might be a bit of a stretch goal. So $1,000 per month might be attainable. It might not be attainable for some people, but I just put that in there because I think it's a far enough date where it gives people time to actually set a plan in place and follow it through to reach this goal. Saying that I wanted to do it in 6 weeks or a month is just not attainable for a lot of people, to be honest. Step 4, create a plan of action for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you're ready or not, to put this plan into action. So this is very basic. This is very high level. What you should do should actually be much more detailed based upon where you are and what you're trying to achieve. So I put, for example, I will master poker concepts through reading poker books, joining a poker training site, joining an active poker forum, joining or starting a poker study group, and list could go on and on and on of other things that you might want to do. And then it says, I will dedicate 75% of my time studying and the remaining 25% of my time honing my game at the poker table for the first 3 months. As I improve, I will then dedicate 50% of my time to playing and 50% to studying. And then you could even go further. As I continue to improve, I will dedicate 75% to playing and 25% to studying. And then I will start at the lowest stakes to learn the game and move up as I feel confident in my game and my bankroll allows it. And I will make poker a priority in my life. Again, very basic, very high level, but it's a plan of action, right? We have to set something on paper, some sort of action to follow that we can hold ourselves accountable to. Again, you're probably going to want something a lot more detailed, but this is just high level as an example. Step 5, write out a clear, concise statement for this. So I will make $1,000 per month by December 31st, 2017 through dedicated focus to mastering the game of No Limit Hold'em. I will dedicate 4 hours per day during the work week towards my poker game, making it a priority in my life, following my plan of action for becoming a solid winning poker player. Step 6, read your written statement aloud twice a day. So again, here's our mantra. Again, I made this fairly short and simple, but this is simply what you would do. You would go through this process to develop this daily mantra, and you're going to want to repeat it at least twice a day to speak it into reality, to make it a reality, to hold yourself accountable. And that's really all there is to this. And so I'm just starting out doing this for my business, and I'm already feeling more motivated, and I'm feeling that I'm going to be holding myself accountable to this process, and I hope that this does the same for you. So that's going to conclude today's video on Think and Grow Rich, where we talk about our 6 steps for turning desires into reality. I hope you guys found it beneficial. I know it's different, right? Probably not what you were expecting when you first opened up this video, but hopefully you guys find it valuable. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down there in the bottom corner of the screen. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell anybody that likes poker to check out my YouTube channel. And again, if you guys like what I do on my YouTube channel, if you guys have watched a lot of my videos, please consider checking out my Patreon link down below to help support this channel, because what I do takes time, takes effort from everything else, and I want to continue to do this for you guys on a regular basis. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I really do hope you guys pick up this book, or you listen to the audio book version of it, and you get really some valuable nuggets of information out of it, not to only help your poker game, but to help multiple areas of your life as well. So take care, and I will see you guys at the next video.